Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Williams. I am your host of LUXE Life, not only now launching on the Wisdom Social Audio app for our first time out. We're so excited to be a part of this new platform. We humbly accepted our invitation, and we're very happy to be here. This also couples with our platform that we have on YouTube, LUXE Life by the same name, as well as our podcast that can be heard, LUXE Life, on Spotify, Audible, TuneIn, Alexa, Amazon, Stitcher, you name it. We are out there covering ground, gaining ground every single day. And we're super excited to bring our message and to bring our experience to the world, because our podcast is heard worldwide, and I would have to suspect that our Wisdom Social Audio is going to do just the same thing. So let's dive into what's LUXE Life. LUXE Life is all about real estate, as I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Gold Coast, Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. I was so fortunate to have the honor to go to join the Global Luxury brand of Coldwell Banker. I've been in construction and real estate for over 30 years, so it's definitely I'm where I want to be. And so we're going to cover all things real estate. In our podcast episodes in the past, we've talked about NFTs and blockchain and anything that is real estate related that's going to affect the real estate market, the financial market, anything that has effect. That's what we're going to be covering. And if anybody has any questions, we always welcome questions, comments. Join us to as a guest, whether it's on Wisdom or it's on any of our other social media platforms. You can schedule time to be a guest on my podcast through Calendly, which my Calendly link is calendly.com/Jen Sells Lux. That's LUXE. You can send me an email also at jensellslux@gmail.com. And if you want to find out a little more about who I am and what I do, you Google Jennifer Williams Chicago, and you'll see me on page 1. So let's dive in. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and let me see how much I can work this into the schedule. But we're going to kind of highlight, what's coming. Whether it's a listing, we're going to go over whether it's a new listing coming that I have, that another agent has, events that are going on. We are in the city as well as the suburbs, and we have connections worldwide. So if there's an event that's an impactful, kind of cool event to go to, or something I think worth promoting, we're going to talk about it. We're going to highlight it. Other agents as well. I'm not the only great real estate agent. I have ones that I work with all over. A fellow Coldwell Banker agent in Indiana. I always laugh. I tell him he's the me version of Indiana. And the reason I have no reason to get my Indiana license, because he takes such good care of his clients, is Eddie Evangelista, just across over in the Indiana area. Southern Illinois, I've worked with the fabulous Tammy Dittemore before. She's a great agent, covers that area as well. Also, if you're looking in the St. Louis area, there is Trudy Pagano, which is just a hoot. I love her, and I tell you what, she responds to her clients, responds to my text messages as quickly as I would expect. So let's dive in on what's the schedule looking like for this coming week. And we've also been very fortunate to have been invited as a guest speaker on a panel for a Lunch and Learn that Michael Lafito with Lux University. He's an agent with a different brokerage firm, but he and I collaborate back and forth together on several different projects before. He's having a lunch and learn on March 22nd at the Village Links of Glen Ellen. And he's going to discuss the topic of this lunch and learn is best video marketing for realtors. And like I said, we were fortunate to be asked to collaborate and to be on this panel. Less than 1% of agents use video and try to. Yes, it's a lot. It's hard to get on video and to get on audio and to talk in front of the world. We're putting ourselves out there. I've had people say, oh, you kind of stuttered a little bit over here. Oh, you kind of this. Well, I'm a realtor. I'm not an actor. This is me. So it's hard, but that's okay. I love what I do, and I think that my passion shows. And I know that with the followers I have on my Instagram channel, I'm just over 18,000 right now at Jennifer Williams Broker. TikTok is growing as well by the same name. So this lunch and learn, we're going to be discussing best video marketing for realtors, like how to get awareness as an agent and also for your clients. This not only helps us, it also helps our clients, whether it's buyers or sellers. I have all the time, another one I'm going to talk about in a second, come to me and say, hey, do you have a buyer for this property? Or do you have this? Or do you know this person? Do you have the connection? It's because we put ourselves out there. Also, we have on LUXE Life, we are going to be interviewing a real estate company. They've got a little bit of a unique presence, a little boutique, and I'm so excited to speak with them. They are Lakefront Living. And once that podcast is live, we will be sure to also, let everybody know when they can find it. I'm so looking forward to that. We also, with that podcast, we are going to be featuring our sponsor for that podcast because we all are huge fans. After doing the pre-podcast interview recording, we realized we all love this product, and it can be found on Amazon. And they're having some specials in March. So if you're watching me on YouTube, you can see my YouTube channel, Hydronate. It's multi-nutrient hydration electrolyte powder packets, and I got the elderberry, the flavor. I love it. Love it. You will see me a lot of times with a water bottle. It's got something in it. That's what's in it. And it is keto friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, natural stevia. The story behind how this product came about is pretty cool, and we'll cover that as well in a later episode. So that's coming up next week. We are also so lucky to be invited two agents that I just absolutely love. Chandra and Carmen Allen from Jameson Sotheby's has a listing in Morris, Illinois. Now you're thinking Morris, Illinois, if you're familiar with that location, it's a little rural. What does that have to do with luxury and real estate? Well, this property, this unique, amazing property is located at 7320 Saratoga Road. And the current list price is $3.9 million. 6 bedrooms, a 6 full, 1.5 bath, 15,700 square feet, and sitting on 30.5 acres. And it's to see it is amazing on video, which I'll be sharing a video on my social media later that Shana and Carmen shot, and it's also on YouTube. And let me tell you, I'm so happy I can't wait to tour this stunning modern estate in person with the mile-long driveway. So can you imagine? I mean, if you're someone that's looking for a property that is secluded and away and close enough to the city, but because maybe you have to commute, but far enough away, this is definitely it. Not to just talk about everybody else's listings, we also have my own listing that I'm a couple of them that I'm very proud of. We have Villa Vincenza which is situated on 4.79 acres in Oak Brook, and it is the perfect combination of mid-century modern and Mediterranean. It is unbelievable. The craftsmanship, the passion that was put into this home, and to have 4.79 acres on 31st Street in Oak Brook is so rare. And we have it. We have it for sale. That's currently listed at $5 million. We also have a listing that just came up in Burr Ridge. That's on Elm, 9030 Elm in Burr Ridge, situated. It's it's a little not in downtown Burr Ridge. It's situated far enough away, but close to everything. And its current list price is 1.3 million, 5 bedrooms. This property has heated floors, radiant heated floors in the basement, the garage, the first floor, the second floor. It's magnificent. So check it out. Also, that is on our social media as well. There's another one that friend and fellow real estate agent Elaine Reedy with Concierge Auctions. Typically, we work with Supreme Auctions. I am Concierge Auction certified. So Elaine brought this to my attention as well. She is representing, she's again the Concierge Auction agent on this particular property that is currently listed for $2.975 million. Bidding begins through Concierge March 25th, 2022 at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you want more information about that, how to jump in or how to become a bidder, send me a call, give me a call, send me a text or email. Number is 708-710-9266. And my email address is jensellslux@gmail.com. That's LUXE @gmail.com. I'll be happy to get you connected with all the right people there. So if you want to, we talked about if you want to schedule a meeting with me. Also, Supreme Auctions, who I've had the honor of having friend and president of Supreme Auction, Jenny Heel, on my podcast. We've done newsletters back and forth with each other, and the difference that Supreme Auctions brings to the game. So as an agent, I've become taken the 3-day course and become Supreme Auction certified. So what that means is I know the process and have the right connections. It increases the experience my buyers and sellers both receive, because we now have an even further global network. I have global network with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. I also, every listing I have, regardless if it's luxury, entry level, doesn't matter. Every one of my listings is also on the global MLS. And that they are in over 100 different countries, translated into 19 different languages. So when I heard that, I could become a certified agent with Supreme Auctions, of course I signed right up after doing my investigation, really looking at what Jenny and her team had to offer, and it was a no-brainer. So if you're looking to become a certified agent or want to know a little more about the luxury auction process, that's supremeauctions.com. Again, if you've checked out my social media or tune into my social media, and you'll see the interaction that we have back and forth quite a bit with Jenny and her team. They just had a certification event not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago, actually last week. I look at the calendar. They're going to have them coming up. If you want more information, their contact information is all on their website. That's supremeauctions.com. So what's happening in Chicago? What's coming? Because we've had a little bit where we have not had much going on here, and now we have everything going on. So Old Town Merchants Association, or Residents Association, why I bring up some of the city is I have also been honored to be nominated as for the D77, which is this beautiful committee that is brought to us by the Chicago Association of Realtors. Where again, I'm also very proud to be a member, and as well as the Women's Council of Realtors. So Chicago Association of Realtors has the D77. The D77 is broken up into, it's kind of representation of the 77 communities that make up the city of Chicago. I happen to represent the near north side. So you'll hear me talk about, yes, I'll also talk about Westleaf, and I'll talk about other communities, but you're really going to hear me focus on the community that I serve, which is the near north side. So anywhere from Cabrini Green to Goose Island to River North, Gold Coast, where my office is located, and in any of them that are in that community, Mag Mile, Streeterville, Smoky Hollow, Little Sicily, again, Old Town, that's my area. I also sit on the events committee of Logan Square Preservation. So you'll find me here, you'll hear me talking about meetups and events for Logan Square, as well as the house walk that we have coming up. So let's get back to Old Town Merchants and Residents Association. They are having a spring social coming up on March 30th, 2022 from 5:30 to 7 p.m. That's located at LG's Bar, 1525 North Wells Street. For more information, or to contact them, you can register at oldtownchicago.org/Spring Social 2022. We have a bunch of new restaurants that are coming to the city as well. You'll hear me talking about them, showcasing when they're coming, what to expect. I'm super excited to hear about Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen's coming to River North. So we're ready to. We're hoping we get an invite to that grand opening. Now, Chicago's also having the first all-women Versa Fest, and it's going to have a lineup that is chosen by Top Chef Judge Gail Simmons. Can you imagine? This is going to be fantastic. June 11th and 12th at Lincoln Park Southfield is the current location. First time coming. I can't wait to see what food they'll be bringing to this first event. We also have Pizza City Fest. So that's debuting this summer. So, excuse me, what this is, Steve Zielinski, you might have heard of him, the food guy on NBC. He is bringing in all across the city, and actually there's even one from Nashville. If you think of the city of Chicago, what do we think of? Sears Tower, Willis Tower, whatever. The John Hancock, the Lakeshore Drive, the Gold Coast, and all of it's in the Mag Mile. We also think of pizza. So now we have Pizza Fest. So Pizza Fest is going to be making its debut July 23rd through the 24th at the Plumbers Union Hall in West Loop. They're going to feature 39 pizza makers from all over the city, and again, one from Nashville. So tune in, because I'm definitely going to be trying to get in on that one. we're gonna see what we can't do, because it again, Chicago is synonymous for pizza. That's what when people talk about us, that's what they think of. Also, besides covering these kinds of topics, LUXE Life, we are also going to be covering, you have a buyer, you have a seller, you are a buyer, you are a seller, you're a renter, you want to know how to get into the market, luxury properties, and everyday property, any properties we're covering. I'm not a rental specialist. I do have an agent, Mark Goodman, that is a great friend, that is also a real estate agent, but he specializes in rentals. I would rather connect with someone that's your specialty. Again, like I mentioned, I have agents all over the world that if I don't have the expertise in it, I have an agent for that. We also have the best lenders that you can imagine, most responsive, as well as just a team. We've formulated a great team that that just knocks it out of the park. My latest the latest loan just got approved in 3 days. Industry standard clear to close is 30. I was excited. I was clear to close in 10, and we closed in 18 days from start to finish on an FHA loan. And this one's a conventional loan, and we're ready. So that's fantastic. So I also mentioned we're going to be covering. We'll also go through different stories, different topics. And in those topics, here's one I'd like to share with you. We had a closing. I represented the seller, another agent represented the buyer. And I feel so bad for the buyers. The closing was on a Monday at 9 o'clock. At 9:43, the buyer's agent was scheduling a final walkthrough to do a final walkthrough for the house for that coming Wednesday. We were 43 minutes into the closing. In the next 10 minutes, your client's going to be owning the property and you never did a final walkthrough. Not only did they not do a final walkthrough, they didn't contact the utility company. So we are sitting at that moment, it was in the wintertime. The gas company was on the way they contacted the seller to turn off the gas because she was switching everything out of her name. Why would she pay the utilities on a property she no longer owns? She wouldn't. So this agent, I mean, I know I'm not going to name names, but I cannot believe did not inform their clients. So always ask questions. And if you have any, again, we're an open platform, go right ahead and send on over your questions on our social media at Jennifer Williams Broker, send me a text, or like I said, email, text 708-710-9266, or email at Jennifer Williams or jenselslux@gmail.com. So what ended up happening, I contacted the agent and said, we're closing today. We are literally at the closing. They thought that it was on Wednesday, not on Monday. Yeah, come on. How do we mess that up? Oversights happen, but that's a pretty big one. So power was being shut off, gas was being shut off, water was being shut off because the seller was no longer going to own this property. There's no need to keep it in her name. Another instance, invalid driver's license. Another client, not my client, another agent's client, the buyer, we're sitting at the closing table and the buyer's driver's license had expired 2 years ago. How did they not get a notification 2 years ago? Could you imagine? So thankfully they went home and got their passport and we were able to complete the closing. So it's about educating. So this platform is not just, for me, I'm not here to bash other real estate agents. I'm not. I'm here to educate and deliver that level of expectation that our clients are receiving. That when we're coming to the real estate table, that are how the transaction should go and what the level of expectation and delivery of service that everybody deserves. I also just, even yesterday, my listing, a woman shows up at the door, wants to see the listing. My client calls me and says, there's someone at the door that wants to get in. Let me talk to them. So I talk to this person. Come to find out, they're an unrepresented buyer. They had contacted another agent, and that other agent, now this is Thursday, The other agent said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't show you until Saturday." Now my schedule's jam-packed. And if you're listening to this, you're probably hearing the text messages coming through. They're dinging, it's in, and we are still monitoring and responding to those. But Saturday, I got it in, and now they're my buyers, and I represent them. I do dual agency. I don't have a problem with dual agency. Some agents do, some agents don't. But for an agent to tell someone that's a pre-approved buyer that you don't have time from Thursday to say you can't maybe get them in on Saturday, what the heck are you doing? I challenge anybody to take their schedule and pin it against mine. And if I made time, why couldn't that agent? It makes no sense to me. But thankfully, like I said, now they're my clients. And they're very happy, and they see the difference from what they've had and what they've experienced. So I'm thankful for that. And they go on. They've been going on and on about the difference. It's because I love what I do. And I love to share, and I love to give back. And all the experiences that I've gone through in my life, and then the 30 years of construction and real estate, it's brought me a lot of experience and so unique. That's why I stand out so much from everyone else. It's hard. It's very hard to start out to rip the Band-Aid off and to put yourself out here on a worldwide platform. And put yourself on video, because while I'm having this talk on wisdom, I'm also recording for my podcast and for YouTube. So it's going to go in so many different directions, and we're going to gain so much exposure, not only for ourselves, and for our sponsors, but we're also spreading the word of education, spreading the level that you should expect when you're getting into a real estate transaction. We don't, as realtors in the past, we haven't always had the best reputation, and we're here to bring integrity to that, and like I said, educate everyone, the do's and don'ts. Could you imagine that it was, how would you feel if it was you that was that buyer, and you didn't know that you needed to change the utilities, and this was their first home? You didn't know you had to call everybody and change that over. If it's your first night in your new home, you're excited, that you're going down this new journey, this new path. And right off the bat, you've got all this. There's no need for it. If you're properly prepared, you wouldn't have that experience. And like I said, I feel for those people. They're fine. They're not still. But it's just a lot of extra stress and anxiety and chaos that just certainly isn't necessary. So again, if you have any questions, you want to be a guest on our podcast, you want to be a guest and have a conversation with us through Wisdom, get a hold of us. We'll be happy to have you on. If you have any questions, say you're in a real estate transaction right now. Now understand, I'm not a financial advisor, so we don't give financial advice. Will I tell you what I know? Yes, but it is by no means a financial advice as far as, I don't hold a license. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a realtor. Also, any of our advice that we are giving is not to be taken as legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a realtor. Will I tell you everything I can about real estate and the documents or the transaction of real estate and how to get from A to B, or how to get from A to B to C to D and keep building your portfolio? Yes, that is my job, and I will cover that. So also, if you have a listing or you have an event that you'd love to hear us talk about, you'd love to hear us, showcase. You want to bring it to the worldwide platform that we are also so fortunate to have our audiences everywhere, literally. Bring it to us. We'll be happy to put it out there, because that's what this is what it's all about, is sharing and becoming aware and bringing awareness to real estate and to lifestyle. We're also going to be getting out and into the city as well. We'll bring our social audio or Wisdom Social Audio family with us too. And we're covering topics in the city and beyond. A lot of great things coming, not only in the city. So, any questions? Want to know how to get luxury certified? I'm a broker, LUXE, CDS, CAA. I have all kinds of initials after my name. Look me up on Google, Jennifer Williams Chicago. My website is, I have a couple websites, Jennifer Williams Broker and JenniferWilliamsRealtor.com, both are .coms. Social media at Jennifer Williams Broker on Instagram and TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn, you name it, we're on it. And questions, let us know. Comments. I did have someone say, give me a comment one time on my TikTok that sometimes I stutter, sometimes I misspeak. I'm a realtor. I'm a real person. I'm not an actor. So I don't do role play. I don't do scripting. Some people do. This is kind of my role play, I guess, and when I communicate with people. So what you are seeing is what you're getting. What you're hearing is what you're getting. And I have so much experience and knowledge and expertise to share with. I'm so happy to share with people. And if it helps, if I touch one person, I'm happy. If I make a difference, or if I help someone avoid some conflict or lessen your anxiety about a real estate transaction, or maybe you just pent up, and what else is there to do? I want to get out. I want to go. I want to do. If I touch one person, then I've done my job. So we're going to keep doing these social audios. I'm going to see how often we can push them out. And we're so happy to have been asked by Wisdom to join this groundbreaking social audio app. Again, I'm Jennifer Williams, Global Banker Gold Coast podcast host and Wisdom Social Audio host of LUXE Life. I can be reached at 708-710-9266. My office is on the Mag Mile on the Gold Coast. And, whether you have real estate questions in Illinois, Chicago, Chicagoland, I have showings happening in Barrington, all the way down to Peoria. But if it's not an area I don't cover, I do have a top agent that will. Find us on social media at Jennifer Williams Broker. We look forward to hearing from you. Make it a great day.